Hello and welcome everyone. We're happy that we're all together again. In this tutorial we will talk about some notes related to the shop drawing design, as those notes are some important tools that you may have to use during your design. The first note is that in some cases you may need to type a hint on a specific part of the drawing layout, as this hint will make you to remember a specific note about the design you haven't finished till now. And for that we need to type a text on that specific part on the drawing, so that text will help you to remember what you didn't finish. And to type a text we easily go to the Annotate tab and then press on Text, and we don't need to save now. So to type a text, we drag here its area. This is the area that we will type the text at which. For example, you may not specify the outside insulation material of the duct till now. So this is the duct. It has an outside insulation material. And for example, you didn't specify it till now. So you may need to type a hint saying that the insulation type isn't specified till now. So I type here. And that's it. This is the text we have. We can drag it to be up here and we can increase its width. Also, we can decrease its size. So when I press on Edit Type, here we can change the text size. So we can decrease it to be only 1 and then press Apply and OK. That's it. We have decreased it. We can drag it down to be near to the duct we have. And also we can add an arrow to it. So we may add that right arrow or that curved arrow. It's up to you. This is a style. Here the arrow has been added. I can change its location when I press on that point and drag it to go to that duct. So this means that this text here is specified for that duct. Very good. Also, in some other cases, there may be a problem on a specific part on the layout and you aren't able to specify the type of the problem and you need to return back to the layout to solve that problem later. So a tool that helps you to do so is the revision cloud. So we can press on that revision cloud under the Annotate tab also, and here we will specify the area that we need to revision it. So we can drag this area to P, that one for example, and then press a left click to end the area and then press finish. So by that way we will remember, or we will know that this part of the system has an error and we will go back to it to revise it. Also we can decrease its width by selecting it, and then we can drag that part down and also that part to be narrower, and that one. Very good. Here we press on finish. That's it. This is about the revision cloud. And after that, the next note is that we know that the main types of the ducts are the supply duct, the return duct, and the exhaust duct. And it's logically that we need to distinguish between all of them. So if we say we have a duct and we need to specify its type from the first glance to be the supply or the return or the exhaust. So if we need to specify the duct type from the first glance when we see it, we can do that easily by specifying the duct and changing its color. So we may put the supply duct on a color and the return on another color and the exhaust on a third color. And for that, when changing the visual style to be the hidden lines, here you can see this is a supply duct and its color is blue. And to access each type of the duct properties, we easily go to the project browser and easily we go down to select the duct system. So it's inside the families, and then we search for the duct system. That's it. This is the duct system. Under it we have a subdiscipline which is the duct system. Under it we have the 3 types of the ducts: the exhaust, the return, and the supplies. So when we press a double click on the exhaust air duct, here we will find that we can change its graphics from this edit tab. This is the line's weight. We can change the line weight by which we draw the duct. And then its default color is green. We can change it also as we need. This is to distinguish between it and the other types of the ducts. And also its pattern, we can change it to any pattern that we need. The dashed line, the axial line, and so on. So this is up to you and your designing standards. So let's close this one, and let's access the return air duct. That's it. Edit its graphics. You can see its default color is the magenta, and we can change its weight and its pattern by the same way. And finally, for the supply duct, we can change it also. So you can see its default color is blue, and for that it appears here in blue, but we can change it, for example, to P with the red, and press OK and OK, and then apply. and okay, and that's it. You can see all the supplying ducts color has been changed from blue to the red. Very good. Also, the next thing we need to do is to specify the dimensions of the layout. For example, the distance between each duct and the wall, so we need to specify the distance, and the distance, for example, from the air terminal to the wall, and the distance for that machine, which is the variable air volume, to that wall or that wall. And we do that for the site engineer to know exactly the location of each component in the real implementation of the project. So we need to express each component position with respect to the another known element like the walls, as we know its position exactly. And for that we go to that dimension command, and let's go down to the second part or that second section and start measuring from that point to that point, for example. So let's specify a distance. To specify the distance from the duct to the wall or the center of the wall, we can measure also the distance from that point to that point. This is for this branched one, and also for the air terminal from that point to that point. And here we can go to that air terminal, for example. We can start from that point to that one. And that's it. Here we will do the same thing for all of the components to specify its distance or its location to make our layout an informative one to apply it on the real site. Also, for the tagging process, we have a note here, which is that we enter a tagging process for each duct that has some different dimensions. For example, if I draw a duct here, to go to the system and then duct, and let's make the first duct to have a dimension or a width of, for example, 400. And let's start from that point to that point, and then another one but with a different width, which may be 300, and start from that point to that one, and a third one that has a width, for example, of 100, and here start from that point to that one, and that's it. We press on escape. Now if we need to make the tagging process of that duct, although this is a larger duct or this is a long one, we make the tagging process for it one time. This is because this duct has the same information, while for that other part of the duct, we make the tagging process for it only one time, and for that one, we make the tagging process for it only one time. So we can go to the annotate and then tag by category and select that duct and select that one and select that one. Very good. Also, in some cases, we may need to split the drawing into some different regions. This is because it may be a larger drawing and you may work on a specific part of it and the other designer will work on another part of it. And to do so, we go to the View tab. And then we press on that tab here, which is the scope box. And then we specify the first region or the first scope we need. So it may be that part or that first part. And press a left click. So this part may be the part that you need to focus on now or to work on it. And for that we select it and go to its properties. So you see it's named by default to P scope 1. We can rename it to P region 1, for example. And then we press on apply. And after that we can make another one. So we go to the View tab and then scope box. And then we select another one from that part to that part. And also let's edit its name to P region 2 and press on apply. And then a third one here from that part to that part, for example, and make it to P region 3. And after that, if we need to work on a specific part of them, we easily go to the ceiling. Here, this is the ceiling properties. And now when dragging down, we will find that we have this scope box. It's selected to P none, which means that we are working on the full project or on the full ceiling. But if we selected it exactly to P region 1, for example, you can see we have only region 1 to focus on it or to work on it. And then we can work on region 2. This is region 2 we have. And also we can select region 3. This is region 3. Very good. Also, another convenient way for doing so is to go to the main ceiling. So when I go to the main ceiling, when selecting the none, and then we go to the project browser. Here we go up to the ceiling we're working on. This is the ceiling 1. We press a right click on it, and then we duplicate the view. Here we press and duplicate. So you can see we have a copy from it. And for the duplicated one, we can press a right click and rename it. And we can make it to P region 1 and press OK. And for that region 1, we select it and we go to its properties and we make it by default to P, the scope 1. Here for the scope box, we make it to P region 1. So by that way, the first duplicated part of the ceiling is related only to the region 1. Also, we can go to the first ceiling again and right click and press on duplicate view, duplicate. And then let's make this duplicated one to P. We can rename it to P region 2 and press OK. And for the region 2, we access it and we go to its properties and make its scope box to P region 2. And after that, we go to the project browser again and make the same thing by duplicated it again and make the duplicate one at this condition to P region 3. So we go to its properties and make it a scope box to P region 3, and that's it. So this means that this region 1 is the design that has only the first part of the drawing, we can work on it, and this region 2 ceiling, so it's a separate ceiling, but it has the second part to work on it, and the same thing for the region 3, it has the third part. So that's about this tutorial. Hope that's clear right now. Thank you for watching and see you next tutorials.